Well, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Let's get you caught up on tonight's biggest stories.
This is the evening news on ABC13. The manhunt is over. The suspect accused of killing Nassau Bay Police Sergeant Kayla Sullivan is in custody. ABC13's Jessica Willie has more on the arrest and why his mother now faces charges.
Yes, some big developments coming out this afternoon. Charges for the man accused of killing Nassau Bay Police Sergeant Kayla Sullivan have been upgraded to capital murder. Tavares Henderson is now here at the Harris County Jail being booked in. Sheriff's investigators say he was cooperative during his arrest at a girlfriend's house this afternoon. He has confessed, they say, and his mother and her fiance also face charges. A few hours after Tavares Henderson was arrested following a massive manhunt, it was a crowded room for the news conference to talk about it. A multi-agency effort for 2 days to find the person they say ran over Nassau Bay Police Sergeant Kayla Sullivan after his traffic stop for speeding. Sullivan died from her injuries. Henderson, first charged with just murder, is now charged with capital murder. Flashy on social media, investigators say in person he has changed his tune and has confessed. From the start, Sheriff Ed Gonzalez warned friends and family not to help him. Prosecutor Sean Tier details how his mother and her fiance allegedly blatantly ignored the advice.
She and the boyfriend took him from a location close to the scene to a hotel where he spent the night. She then went to her home and came into contact with sheriff's deputies immediately when she arrived at her house. She initially told them she didn't even know who Mr. Henderson was.
So Tiffany Henderson and Jeffrey Wheeler will be charged with hindering apprehension, according to the Harris County District Attorney's Office. They are now in custody. The Nassau Bay Police Chief, as well as the mayor, were also at that news conference this afternoon, obviously still grieving, but also grateful for this arrest and for all the support. Reporting from downtown, Jessica Willie, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
ABC 13's Maya Shea spoke to the suspect's mother shortly before his arrest.
She has more on her exclusive interview tonight.
Tavares Henderson was arrested in the house behind me earlier this afternoon. He's now facing capital murder charges. And just a few blocks away is where his mother lives. Before she was arrested as well this afternoon, she spoke exclusively to us. Hours before Tavares Henderson was arrested just blocks from his family home, his mother spoke to us, saying her son isn't a killer.
I don't like the point of my child being made as some criminal, some murderer. That's my child. I know my child. My child is not a murderer.
Tiffany Henderson said she last spoke to her son Tavares the night he allegedly ran over and killed Nassau Police Sergeant Kayla Sullivan. She was on the phone with him when he was first pulled over.
I'm on the phone and I'm saying what's going on. I tried to give them my insurance over the phone. From that point, they're saying, step out the car, step out the car.
She even admitted to us that he called her back after he had allegedly already ran over the sergeant.
My son called me back. He said, hey, mama, where are you? This is what's going on. I ran. He told me he ran.
Tiffany Henderson told us that she and her fiance had not spoken with Tavares since that night. She claimed to us that she too was checking his social media pages for any possible updates. But this afternoon, investigators say they charged both mom and her fiance with hindering in the arrest of Tavares Henderson. They're saying her defense of her son rings hollow.
My son don't have no weapons. He don't have no guns. My son is not armed. My son is not dangerous.
Tiffany Henderson repeatedly told us she had no idea where her son was. Prosecutors obviously say that's just not the case. Now mother, son, and fiance are all behind bars facing charges. Reporting from Sunnyside, Maya Shea, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Hours before that arrest, Houston police honored one of their own.
Sergeant Sgt Brewster was remembered during a memorial service today. ABC 13's Deborah Wrigley has more.
The death of any law enforcement officer in the line of duty is a tragedy. Now Sergeant Sgt Brewster's name is on that list. But it was the layers of his personality revealed today at his funeral service that described the man that he was. A public servant with a sense of humor, a loyal friend who loved his wife and whom he found his soulmate and loved his family. He was someone we all would have been lucky to know. It was a show of law enforcement, local, state, around the country for a man who gave his life in the line of duty, called the best of the best.
And to thank God for giving HPD a dedicated and respected and loved police officer as Sgt Christopher Brewster.
He was promoted to sergeant 9 months ago, the loss deep for the department.
He pushed us just as hard as he pushed himself. He had a driving force to be one of the very best, but he took time to make sure that we succeeded right along beside him.
His absence felt most by his family, a young wife now without her husband, his parents and sisters, all his friends, and there are many. Eric Harding, his mentor in the youth ministry program at Sagemont Church. They remain close friends.
I'm a dad of 7, and he's the guy who shows up with your kids and loves them well. And that doesn't show up in a picture.
Chris Brewster was raised well and gave back. This service was to honor that. The bagpipes, the riderless horse, and 21-gun salute. But the other tribute from those who loved him best. A tall man with a sense of humor and heart for others.
And it just broke down walls between people groups, rough situations. He's truly that peacemaker through and through.
Deborah Wrigley, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Another major story we're following at this hour. What started out as a disturbance suddenly led to Alvin police finding a man actively shooting a woman. Police say she was shot several times in the middle of the street after an argument on South Gordon Street. Police arrived and shot the man to stop the assault. She was taken to a Houston hospital. Her condition's unknown. That suspect was also taken to the hospital but will be okay. Well, some good news for Galveston here. Royal Caribbean Cruises in the Port of Galveston are officially working on building a new cruise terminal.
ABC 13's Charlie Edsity has more on how this will impact local businesses in the area.
This 100,000 square foot terminal will be the brand new home for the future Royal Caribbean Cruises porting out of Galveston.
It brings awareness of Galveston, so our hope is that they come pre-cruise and spend some time here in Galveston.
Gina Spagnola is with the local Chamber of Commerce and says this is what Galveston needs. In 2018, cruise lines created 3,600 jobs for locals, and passengers and crew spent an estimated $115 million on local goods and services.
They are about a block away. We're a lot busier when they when they're docked for a day or two at a time.
Mary owns Gypsy Jive and appreciates the foot traffic.
Yeah, it helps a lot because they get to find a new little treasure and little hole in the wall they wouldn't have expected coming to Galveston.
But some say this might create the other kind of traffic that locals just don't want to deal with.
I guess it could definitely cause more traffic. I know when I've tried to come down here and there's a cruise, it's a cruise day, then it gets crazy backed up over there.
But the port's CEO says they're already taking a look.
So what we want to do is to take that traffic off of the main road now, which is called Harborside Drive, and move it to our own internal network of roads.
Construction for the terminal is set to begin early next year, and the first boat expected to set sail in late 2021. We're in Galveston. Charlie Edsity, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Let's get a quick check on weather.
ABC 13's chief meteorologist Travis Herzog joins us now. Travis?
All right, let's look ahead to the weekend because we got some great weather on the way. It starts with sunshine Friday and continues sunny into Saturday. A cool start at 48, a mild afternoon at 73. Sunday gets a bit warmer, 58 in the morning, 78 in the afternoon. Gulf moisture returns, and along with it, some extra clouds in the sky. Now, when you wake up on Friday morning, it'll be a mixture of 40s and 50s on the map as opposed to the 30s that we had this morning. So not as cold out the door, but still jacket worthy. But by the afternoon, with the sunshine and a southwest to west breeze, that's going to boost the temperature into a very comfortable range in the 70s. When you look at our future radar loop and satellite picture, hardly a cloud anywhere in the state, so not even a chance for rain. And notice this more westerly wind flow across the state. That will help to warm things up, and the warming trend will continue until our next cold front arrives on Monday. In fact, Monday morning, the low out the door around sunrise, 68 degrees. That's above our average high for the time of year. We'll see the front come through, still trying to work out the exact timing, but it does look like after sunrise is when it arrives. So we might get into the mid-70s before the temperatures come crashing down Monday evening. Rain chance at 60%. This one is going presented by us a couple of more days of sunny weather with highs only in the 50s, one of our coldest air masses so far this season. And behind it, a couple of mornings where we will flirt with the freeze mark. Next weather system looks to be about a week from now, and that one again could possibly bring us yet another beautiful, sunny, pleasant weekend in Southeast Texas.
Hitting the road Thursday evening, early Friday morning, you will see closures on 290 eastbound from Spring Cypress to Tailgate. 3 lanes closed to avoid those construction crews altogether. You can use the feeder road 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Friday morning. Also on 288 northbound, you'll see a closure right there at the South Belt. 2 lanes closed 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. And your alternate route is going to be Alameda to avoid construction at the interchange altogether. We have more information for you, specifically live traffic data at abc13.com/traffic.
Well, Christmas came early for a Katie mother of 7 with another on the way, courtesy of Mattress Mac and Alex Bregman.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Does this mean I won?
You won. Yeah, you won.
Olga Londano was nominated to receive a house full of new furniture. She's been raising those children on her own after her husband was deported. But today, she got the ultimate gift.
It's a great feeling because to us, the essence of living is giving.
I try and aspire to try and help some people with him, and I think that's what Houston's all about, giving back and helping each other.
The gallery furniture owner known for giving back. He brought along the Astros star this time around, and Bregman says it was a true honor to be there for this big surprise.
The Pearland High School Marching Band getting ready for this year's Rose Parade, and tonight they're giving us a sneak peek of their performance. The Pride of Pearland Marching Band was chosen among 20 other bands across the globe, and they're the only band from Texas in the parade. They'll perform in Pasadena, California on New Year's Day, and right now they're giving a preview at Pearland Stadium. If you can't make it there tonight, don't worry. You can watch the Rose Parade live on ABC13 New Year's Day.
Well, thank you for getting caught up on the evening news.
Yeah, be sure to join us tonight at 10 on ABC13. Good night.